This week I would like to answer a question that's been asked hundreds of times is how do you pick fish oil? Lots of people know that they should probably be taking some kind of fish oil or essential fatty acid because we know that fish oil has benefit for your eyes, for your heart, for your immune system, for your joints, countless of benefit, and most likely all of you should be taking fish oil. But the question is, how do you know what kind of fish oil to take? So here's a couple tips that I would like to give you today, which I think that it doesn't matter who you are, those are the tips that all of you can benefit from. And number one is, usually you will pay for two things. Number one is you're going to pay for quality and you're going to pay for concentration. So if a person say to me, Dr. Jean-Guy, what's the difference between fish oil at $5 versus fish oil at $60? Most likely you're paying for quality and you're paying for concentration. So if I were to give you an example, in this bottle right here of fish oil, which you cannot see very well, but you're going to have to trust me on that, right? So in this bottle of fish oil, every single teaspoon that you ingest, it's about 2.6 grams or 2,600 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acid. Now, if we were to give you something different, if you were to look at this bottle here, it's a standard process bottle of tuna oil, which is chewable, which is mainly for kids, right? You would have to take 25 of those capsules in order to equate to this here into a teaspoon. So if you understand what I mean is sometimes people will say to me, well, Dr. Jean-Guy, how come this is much more expensive or this is much cheaper? You pay for two things. Remember, you pay for quality and you pay for concentration. So now let's talk about quality. Quality, you should be looking for two things. Number one is you should be looking for what we called in the fish oil industry, it's called molecular distilled or pharmaceutical grade. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this one more time. Pharmaceutical grade and or molecular distilled. And this is the way that they will process the oil where they're going to remove all the toxicity out of the oil. So if you go buy some cheap oil, fish oil, and you think that, because they use the word purify or they use the word natural, that just means that they got you, right? And basically, those words in the industry don't mean anything. It's just for people to think that they're buying some good stuff. But at the end of the day, this is not the best thing for you. So two things you're looking for. Price-wise, it's either because you're paying for concentration or quality or both, right? And then number two is when you are buying the fish oil, they will process it, and there's different ways of doing this. If you see the word natural or purified, it means nothing. We're looking for pharmaceutical grade or molecular distilled. Last but not least, in the literature, if we talked about inflammation, usually what makes the omega-3 fatty acid or the benefit of it, what's been published is there's two things. It's called the EPA and the DHA, and that's what you see here. EPA and DHA, when you read the label, right, this is where you get the benefit of the inflammation into the body. So I just want to make sure that sometimes it's going to say on the label 5,000 milligram of fish oil, but 5,000 milligram of fish oil doesn't mean anything. You're looking for the amount of EPA and DHA that you take per serving. One last thing that I want to share with you that I think that is important about fish oil is when you're buying fish oil and you start taking the fish oil, some of you might be like, well, I burped the fish oil, right? And if a person is burping the fish oil, it's because of one or two different reasons. Number one, it's either they're taking bad fish oil right, they could have a bad gallbladder. Well, if you have a bad gallbladder, this is something that can be corrected. If you have bad fish oil, well, you should probably not take that kind of fish oil. But if you have a bad gallbladder, then that's a different problem because your gallbladder is in charge of processing the fat in your body. So I've had multiple people in the past, probably no less than 100, right, telling me that they can't take fish oil because they burp the fish oil. The only reason why you burp the fish oil, it's either your fish oil you were taking was bad or your gallbladder is not functioning 100%. And also the fish oil needs to be taken with food. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand, how you should be taking the fish oil, always with food. And then if you're burping the fish oil, you might have bad gallbladder. And some of you might be like, well, I don't have one. Well, that's the point. You need to be taking some stuff that's going to be helping you to assimilate the fat from the omega-3 fatty acid. So hopefully this short video helped you out today on how to pick fish oil, how do you know it's quality fish oil. If you have more questions, you stop by the office and I can guide you into exactly what you need. There's a lot of different kinds of fish oil as well, depending for the problems that you have. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and just keep up the good work on your wellness journey.